Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Let's move on to the next game, Trav. Chiefs 14, Raiders 20.
Yeah, man. That was embarrassing.
Not a Merry Christmas in Arrowhead. What do you got? What are your first thoughts?
I mean, we handed that team a win on Christmas. We literally played Santa and gave them a present.
I mean, I'd be hard pressed to disagree with you, but let's.
All I got for you is that that was embarrassing. Everybody in the building knows how embarrassing that was, and that we got a short week, so we're gonna forget about this shit real quick.
There you go. You guys are still in control of the AFC West, and will clinch it next week with a win, or can clinch it next week with a win. Offensively, struggled a little bit. Had negative 18 yards in the first quarter. That's when I first started watching it because I was getting ready for the game and everything. Finally got back to the TV in the back. I think it was 3 minutes left, and I noticed that there was still negative yards. Man, this is a rough start. The fewest yards in the first quarter by a Patrick Mahomes-led team was obviously this past game against the Raiders, where you were in negative 18 yards, and then also actually in Week 12 versus the Raiders, 11 yards only in the first quarter. Those are the only two games of his career in which the Chiefs gained fewer than 15 yards in the first quarter. What do you think it is about the Raiders with the slow starts?
I don't fucking know.
They're a good defense.
Just can't catch a rhythm, and it's not just the Raiders. It's been a lot of teams that we've played, just trying to catch a rhythm and catch stride, knowing that we got guys that we can win with, and it's a frustrating fucking experience right now, and every single day we're going in here fixing it. I promise you guys, and it's not just one guy. It's not just me playing like dog shit. It's not just us not being able to get the run game going. It's not just us not being on the same page passing wise. It's everybody's in this fucking thing together. Everybody at some point isn't being accountable, and we all just got to bring it together, man, and put it together. And I think we've taken a lot of learning shots, and unfortunately we've lost a lot of those games. In years past, we've won those games, found a way to win at the end. Special teams, same thing. It's really just our defense that's keeping us in games. We were really, banking on the defense giving us one last drive, but we played so trash as an offense that we put the defense in a really, really tough spot there at the end of the game. And it was one play can just, seal it. And that's what happened there in the fourth quarter. And it's frustrating when you got the guys and you got everybody that you need, and just things just aren't going your way, man.
Is there anything more deflating than a defensive touchdown too? Like we had one in our game, and obviously the two you guys had.
There's one thing more deflating than a defensive touchdown, and that's back-to-back defensive touchdowns.
That's fair. That adds up.
And that will make you pretty fucking frustrating. I can only imagine, and that makes you frustrating as an offensive player, as a defensive player.
Like, dude, what's happening?
You pride yourself on keeping points off the board, and we gifted them 14.
Yeah. Well, the frustration was visible on the sideline. Obviously, you had the incident where you tossed your helmet in typical Kelce fashion. It's a very normal Kelce thing to do, apparently, when you get pissed off. And Andy commented about it after the game, the exchange he had with you, and he said he went back in and did a nice job. Things happen, emotional game. Travis is emotional, and sometimes my red hair gets to me a little bit, but it all works out.
He's looking out for me. And I love him for it. I didn't go back out there and play good. He wanted to see the fire in me, and I reacted in a bad way. He wanted to just get the best out of me. And right now I'm just not playing my best football, and I got to fucking lock the fuck in and be more accountable for him, be more accountable for my teammates. I got to keep my fucking cool, man. Because as a leader on this team, that's not how you switch the momentum.
Well, you weren't the only one. Pat was also seen on the sideline trying to fire up the O-line. Isaiah Pacheco broke the training table. How about that? While being evaluated for a concussion. I know it doesn't look good, and there's better ways. There's always, in hindsight, like, hey, shouldn't have done that. Should have kept my composure. But at least you're seeing a bunch of teammates that care about it. You know what I mean? It's not the healthiest way to freaking voice it, but this is what happens when you're in a highly competitive environment with a bunch of guys that want to win, right? Couple offensive bright spots. Travis, you recorded your 900th career catch. That's also featured a nasty stiff arm in this clip. Tommy Townsend threw an absolute dart on a fake punt. Nice little quick little receiver screen. It drives me crazy when people do not run these screens right. You see how you come in and you get inside the kickout block.
Yeah, Noah had a huge block on that one. So did the Jawan Taylor getting out front. Yeah, that's how the wide receiver screen is supposed. That's where it's drawn.
Textbook,
up,
yeah,
textbook. You get me one on one.
Preferably,
with the DB,
you get
10
inside
yards
the kick out, and then
downfield.
you get back out if you can. But with the way it was going, I mean, once you get inside the kickoff block, you're just playing football.
Mm-hmm.
Go to the space, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so that was a heck of a 900th career catch right there.
Usually you see these kind of passes wide ass open. This was not a wide ass open pass. This was he back shouldered him. This is a pretty good.
He was low key covered.
Yeah, this is pretty good fucking football right here.
So this is actually the same fake punt we ran a few weeks ago against the Cowboys.
Mm-hmm.
And it works really well when the gunner's pressed up on him, because he's immediately just trying to get leverage for the return.
Mm-hmm.
But there's Raiders and safe punt obviously weren't as concerned about getting the return on this. Thank God Tommy Townsend threw an unbelievable throw.
Yeah, shout out to Tommy, man, keeping the drive alive, baby.
Dude, that's a hell of a pass.
Tommy can huck it, man.
Yeah, we've talked a lot about corrections, getting things fixed on the show. What do you think is the biggest thing you guys got to do offensively to get something going?
Everybody's just got to fucking do their job. Every single play, it's somebody not doing their job, and it's me. It's one by one. It's everybody on the team. And whether that's prep, whether that's having the confidence and understanding of what the defense is in, their coverages, their gaps in the run game, how we're picking up blitzes, how we're running routes versus certain coverages, all the above, man. It's we show signs of sparks of what kind of offense we can be. Like I believe we did maybe right out of halftime, I think, or I forget. The entire game's a blur, but throughout the season, we've shown during drives that we can be a high-powered offense. If we don't hurt ourselves with penalties, if we're not playing first and fucking 20 every other drive or every other set of first downs, it just hasn't been a well-oiled machine like we've been in the past. And we just got to get everybody on the same fucking page.
Yeah.
And maybe that's just getting into the facility and just talking things out together. Maybe that's getting a few reps after practice. Maybe that's, getting a few more reps, mental reps with each other in the film room. Whatever it is, we got to do something else, because it's been pretty consistent that we haven't been on the same page. We just got to take a little bit more ownership in what we're doing. And I'm not saying that I'm out of this. I'm the main part of this, and you got to try and find a way to clean this shit up, man.
Well, I know you guys will. Yeah, you, Patrick Mahomes, and Andy Reid. It's only a matter of time. Just keep putting in that work, brother. The good thing is, once you guys figure it out, it's going to be damn hard to beat the Chiefs. Defense is still elite. Allowed just 6 points, limiting the rookie quarterback Aiden O'Connell to 62 yards passing. Spagnuolo has been on fire all season. Raiders didn't complete a single pass after the first quarter. That is insane. Held the Raiders to just 205 yards of offense and 2 field goals. With 2 games left in the regular season, the Chiefs still lead the AFC West. Some post-game quotes. Andy Reid: "We were just a tick off. Again, that's my responsibility to give them the right stuff to work with in the run game and the pass game. That's what's got to take place." Mahomes: "We've got to clean it up. I think if we clean it up, we can beat anybody. I truly believe that, but we've got to prove that we can do it." Yeah, man. Those are the quotes I think you want to see. I think everybody knows it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.